All right, I'm just gonna let it play. We'll just talk for at least a couple minutes and just listen to it back and see what it picks up in the background.
Let's have a little conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
So as it stands, this is test run number 1 of the upcoming podcast, Extreme Teen Bible.
Yeah, we're gonna be discussing all sorts of shit. It all depends on what we're feeling. We're feeling that week. It could be political. It could be Fortnite. You don't know.
Yeah. I think until we find a definite theme, it's just gonna be hour and a half long rambles.
Yeah, we're just gonna throw shit at the wall until something sticks.
Yeah. I want it to be one of those podcasts where you can just find clips of it on YouTube. That's like detailed bits that are anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long. You don't need to listen to the whole podcast. You just need to.
Listen to the clips. Yeah, we'll have people go through, make the clips, cut out the hour and 15 minutes where we're talking about nothing.
Where we're talking about like ice cream sandwiches or whatever shit we're just rambling on about.
And then we'll turn that into content that we'll make money off of.
Yep.
We're gonna make a YouTube, maybe a Spotify, maybe
How hard is it? Like, I don't actually know what it takes to put things on Spotify.
I know someone who wrote a bad song and put it on Spotify, so it should be okay. We should be fine.
I'm wondering if it's how much of my dad it's picked up just talking upstairs.
Oh yeah, it's a very low budget thing. We scraped together like $20 between the two of us and bought a mic. So
yeah.
God, we'll definitely have to lock the fucking dog upstairs.
Oh my god, just him clacking around on the floor.
Oh my god. I don't know what's worse, locking him in your room or locking him upstairs.
If we leave him upstairs, you can at least like go outside.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just set him outside.
Yeah.
Alright, I hope we think of things. We're definitely gonna have to make some form of script.
At least have something prepared. Because this, as it stands, this shit kind of sucks. I don't think anyone would.
Bad. This is majorly bad. But it's just a test. We're not putting this out there until we get huge. People are gonna be like, "What was your first podcast like?"
Yep. Bad.
It was bad.
It was a folding table and 4 socks that we wrapped around a microphone.
Yeah. Soda stains, very existent. They were there for sure.
I think that might be ash from a blunt or some other object. I don't know. There's just sort of a layer of ash across the whole table. I'm gonna scoop that off.
Yeah. This is a high budget thing. We don't we don't deal with cigarette ash. Marijuana cigarette ash. Fuck that. Man, what if my grandma... What happens when my grandma sees this podcast? He goes, "Oh, that's my grandson. I'm gonna listen to this."
Extreme Teen Bible. What is that? Is that a?
And then I start talking about cum.
Oh, is this a podcast for the teens?
Let's listen to this. Oh, finally he's getting back into the church.
Yep, we frame the podcast as it's like a Bible study.
You know, we should do a couple Bible studies. Where we take a couple of our favorite stories from the Bible. Because I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Not the church, a church. Usually when you say the church, it's the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. My parents weren't that faggy to the point where they made me go to that. But it wasn't good at all.
Yeah, I mean, I went to church sometimes until I was like 12. And then my family we just all were like, we have better things to do.
Yeah, I'd rather sleep in.
None of us
Sunday.
really enjoy this.
One of my 2 days off is not going to be spent with old people that smell like rice.
I had to collect all my change and put it in a jar for like communion or whatever. I was like a real thing. They had like
offerings.
Offerings. Yeah.
And then you get stale fucking crackers and Welch's grape juice. And the worst part is you just get the tiniest little glass. And so you take it, and it's not enough moisture to get that dry, gritty sand cracker taste out of your mouth.
Although mine, they did have a little mini cooler full of Fiji water bottles that we got to have every Sunday. And so that was like the one bonus is I got to have Fiji water.
Oh, so your church had money.
Yeah.
So your church was like...
Although I do think the offerings went directly into buying the Fiji water bottles.
Yeah, it's kind of a trade investment. Where you're either... I don't know. I've come to the point. Religion... Oh, we're going right in. First fucking...
Yep, first...
We're not even at the first episode, and we're going right the fuck in.
This is the epilogue.
Oh my god. Dedicated to Brian and his sister with cancer. Fuck. With our church, like, it was expected. My parents did this thing. They were like, okay, you get $20 of allowance every month, which was pretty fucking exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit. But they were like, okay, but 10% of it has to go to the church.
Okay.
So I had to give fucking $2 every month to the church. I was just like, why? Why are you making this?
Yeah.
And then I looked at the checks that my parents would give to the fucking church. They legitimately give 10% of all of their fucking money to that church.
Really?
Oh my god. Hundreds of dollars. Like, they give a check pretty much every month, and I think, oh my god. It makes me so upset. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we don't have money to send you to summer camp. Fuck you, Mom. Yeah. Giving all of our church money to fucking church. When you die and then there is no heaven or hell, you're gonna be pretty fucking upset. You're gonna be pretty sour when you find out
they bought their way in. You know, that's what Martin Luther was talking about.
Shit.
We've come full circle.
God
Maybe
damn.
the Protestants were right.
Catholicism wasn't that far off.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm at the point where I feel like I should just pick one at least to kind of...
Yeah, because even if you're not like, oh yeah, this is my religion, this religion is right.
It's nice to have something.
Right. As a human, you gotta hold on to, well, at least, I'm not gonna just be nothing after I die, right?
That can't be it, right?
Like, okay, for me, I think God, there's definitely a God. I don't think, chemicals collide and everything just works out perfectly to the point where we're this distance from the sun. Everything just works out. So I do believe that there's a creator.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah. But I don't think he's an asshole the way that religion makes him out to be. I've gone on this ramble before. If God was a man on earth, he'd just be a manipulative cunt. He's like Jigsaw.
Yeah. He's
Jigsaw from the Saw movies. If Jigsaw's like, okay, this is your world now. I'm the god of this world.
Mm-hmm. You lost it for a second. You're bringing it back.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back. I fucking trailed off. I forgot what I was saying for a second. If you don't listen to what I say, and if you don't follow my rules, then you're gonna die in my just inhumane fucking shit traps. God does the same thing. God does the exact same fucking thing. God is Jigsaw.
Okay.
And that I stand by that.
God is Jigsaw. That's my.
But I think God isn't Jigsaw.
Oh, you think he is? Okay.
So I think that's how he's portrayed in the Bible and all that. Yeah. Like, fucking, this girl gets scared and turns around while running away from her hometown. Gets turned to a fucking pillar of salt for not trusting God. Like, that shit, that's some Jigsaw.
That's some Old Testament
Oh my god, yeah.
He was figuring it out back then.
Yeah.
Hey, you just fucking with people. Yeah, just stand in the fire. You'll be fine. No. Trust me on this one.
No, man. Can you imagine how much that would fuck with your brain? It's like, all right, so you're going to go into this fire, and then you're going to come out, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do that. And that shit worked, apparently. Man, I think they had more advanced drugs back then.
Probably.
That, like, they've hidden away. Like, meth doesn't even scratch the surface.
All natural shit.
Oh my god. Like, that shit must be extinct now, because the fucking shit that Jesus apparently did.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot convince me that any of that actually happened. Like, some of it, okay. Like, the story of these separate things happening
So I'm just trying to test.
Okay.
See where it picks up.
All of these different things happening to fucking Jesus. Like, I think that some of them happened. Like, yeah, he was crucified. But do you think all that shit along the way happened? Where he sat at the table, he was like, this is gonna be one of your motherfuckers' fault. There's one of you at this table.
Among us.
And there's one imposter among us. And they're all like, no, Jesus, we did not. I would never. Who is it? Is it me? And he's like, nope, but I'll never tell.
Why did Judas betray him? I feel like I missed that part.
Okay, it's very retarded, and that's what makes me think this is made up. He did it for 3 silver coins. That's the whole fucking thing. 3 silver coins. I don't know what that translates to. I'm pretty sure that's like the equivalent of like 800 rupees.
Okay.
And so like,
which still means nothing to me.
I don't know. Rupees. I genuinely think that part is at least made up. Because you're not doing that for a little bit of money. Like, if you truly believe this guy is your savior, you're not going to be like, let's just
pick up. It picked up your little knuckle pop. That was cute. Oh.
What was I saying? God damn, I'm going to have to take 80 meds if I'm going to do this.
You seen the movie Gymkata?
I haven't.
It's some shitty karate movie from the 80s, but it stars this like Olympic gymnastics guy. Like he was an actual Olympic gymnast. And then
not just an actor.
Yeah. Well, then he's an actor. Okay, for this movie, the premise is somewhere it's called like Parmenistan or something. It's some like Middle Eastern country. Every year they have this like death tournament, but it's also gymnastics, and whoever wins, the king of this country gives them like a wish or whatever. Like whatever they want, they get. And so the U.S. military or like the CIA or something hires this gymnast guy to go into the tournament so that they can set up a missile base in that country. And this all happens, by the way, this is like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
That is the most Bollywood shit I have ever heard of.
Yeah. So, within the first 5 minutes, they're like, okay, but you're also going to need to learn karate.
Yeah.
So that you can survive this Middle Eastern death tournament.
Competition.
Yeah.
I think we might want to call it there.
Okay.
Just
that's a good spot to stop.
All right.
With Jim
Episode -1.
Yep. Epilogue.
Thanks for tuning in. Epilogue.
Signing off. Okay. For a second, I'm like, oh god, did I delete it?
Oh, we're recording.
We're recording again. Fuck. How do I